as the shamed and disgraced TV star Phillip Schofield has announced his comeback return on a TV programme called Castaway via the TV network Channel 5. We take a look at Phillip Schofield and a video we released here on the channel had just gone viral back in August last year, where we exposed that Phillip Schofield was having secret meetings with another TV presenter, and that was Vanessa Feltz. They were planning on making some sort of TV comeback, and this was only literally months after Phillip Schofield had been out of the spotlight. So we therefore asked the question, how can Phillip Schofield make a comeback if he never really left at all? And we also take a look at a news article from GB News that was aired last night, just before the newspapers released a press statement of Phillip Schofield's return. The response from the TV news presenter's guest is unbelievable, and these are the sorts of people you need to keep an eye out for. I've always said that public figures that tend to try and push an agenda of trying to protect children, or even excuse and try to protect those that harm children, usually have a shady background or involved in something like that themselves. It seems the mainstream media are a little bit behind just gone viral. It's either that or they knew the information with regards to Phillip Schofield and Vanessa Feltz meeting previously. But now Phillip Schofield is to return to television in a 3-part series of Channel 5, where Phillip Schofield has been casted in, strangely enough, a programme called Castaway, which was produced by Burning Light Productions, and it sees Phillip Schofield tell his own personal story in an emotionally charged ultimate survival experience. The 3x60 series will air across time nights from Monday the 30th of September to Wednesday the 2nd of October at 9 p.m. It follows Phillip Schofield as he is cast away for 10 days and 9 nights on a remote unpopulated island on the coast of Madagascar. And if you ask my personal opinion, that's not long enough. This solitary island existence presents an opportunity for Phillip to confront his challenge of total isolation. The forces of nature provide the time to battle with his own mind as he explores his controversial story. Ideally, you would expect Phillip Schofield to be able to sit and reflect on his actions or what caused him to be there in the first place. Everybody knew about the story regarding Matthew McGreevy, the young lad who went to a drama school that Phillip Schofield set up. Phillip Schofield was the founder and funder of this drama school, and a young Matthew McGreevy attended at just the age of 10, to which then he contacted Phillip Schofield when he was 14-15 and followed him on Twitter. Phillip Schofield responded by following back, and then ever since then they'd been in contact, till Matthew McGreevy was around the age of 17 and did work experience for ITV. It was after the breakdown of the relationship that Phillip Schofield didn't want with Matthew McGreevy anymore, is what caused Matthew McGreevy to not work for ITV anymore. Going back to Phillip Schofield and his brand new cameo role for Channel 5. While he will be alone on the island, the production team will be stationed offshore, only 30 minutes away, and this is to intervene in the event of an extreme emergency. Phillip's mental health, of course, and his physical safety is monitored as the experience progresses. Phillip Schofield even stated that this is most definitely a first for me, and the only thing I've felt compelled to do. It's appealed to me on so many levels. I've recently had a lot of time about my life, what went wrong and what went right, but I've always had the safe arm of friends and family wrapped around me, and this time it's just me. So there's no phone, there's no comforts, there's no crew, and only lip balm as a luxury. I am looking forward to exploring the island, trying to tie knots and secure my shelter and foraging and fending for myself in the wild, he said, with no help. Maybe I'll be Robinson Crusoe, he joked, or maybe I'll be just like Tom Hanks and Wilson, and quietly drift off into the wild blue yonder. If you ask me, Phillip Schofield not having a phone and internet access is probably one of the best ideas someone's put forward so far. I have a funny feeling, though, that he won't use this time to reflect of his behaviour and what he's done. But like a true narcissist, there's always only one victim, and that's them. I have a funny feeling Phillip Schofield won't reflect on any actions that he's caused in his life, but rather used this opportunity to release that memoir he was planning all along. I can see a book being released in the future, and a poor me boo-hoo version, yet no one has any sympathy for this man, and the only sympathy should be for Matthew McGreevy and the other victims. Now there's been many celebrities and presenters who said that, oh, Phillip Schofield, he wasn't charged, he wasn't arrested, and he didn't face court. No, that's because when the news was released, he paid Matthew McGreevy off quite quickly to stay quiet and go away.
I want to talk about something much more important than the need to build housing. That's Phillip Schofield, because the ex-ITV man
I'd rather talk
is
about housing.
set to make his TV return on Channel 5's reality show Castaway, where he'll be stranded on a Madagascan tropical island for 10 days. Guys, what you don't care about Phillip Schofield, Esther?
So what kind of houses would you like to see around?
You want to talk about...
I'm just seeing this man. He looks like he's just been sat in the waiting room at hell, and he's just been seen by Lucifer. It's very enticing.
Yeah. Footage includes Schofield discussing his 2 years from hell since admitting to an affair with a younger co-worker.
Just to clarify, that this young co-worker was actually Matthew McGreevy. He joined ITV at 17 years of age, which is when the relationship with Phillip Schofield started. So by no means were they consenting adults over 18. And also, Phillip Schofield got exposed by a TikToker when he caught Matthew McGreevy and Phillip Schofield having dinner in a cafe when Matthew McGreevy looked no older than 14. So this wasn't just a clear state of a relationship. This is what you call grooming. Which brings us to this man, Jonathan Liss. He was a guest on GB News last night during the press preview. His comments in defence for the actions that Phillip Schofield caused are unbelievable, and the comments he made with regards to a consenting adult relationship that Phillip Schofield had with a young teenage boy is just mind-blowing. This is why I say it's these kind of characters you have to kind of look out for. If you're quite willing to stand up and defend Phillip Schofield, bearing in mind we all know what he did, I'll let you put the rest together and work this one out for yourself, what you think about Jonathan Liss.
A source said he wanted a chance to share his story unedited and honest.
Why is he describing it as hell? Like nobody.
I'd rather have my eyebrows plucked by a cat's teeth than watch Phil Schofield.
Some people pay a lot of money for that, Steve.
I think that'd be more entertaining than watching Phil.
But Steve, are you not interested? Fair enough, you're not interested in This Morning and ITV and celebrities.
I'm not interested in a failure. Like he did something that he don't like. He's out of the picture. Never really enjoyed it.
The human psychology of it, the rise and the fall and the comeback, is it?
Should he be a
Well, people think it's a great
This
story.
isn't Rocky. This isn't Rocky 3.
No.
You know, this is Phil Schofield 1.
I wouldn't have called myself a fan of Phillip Schofield while he was a presenter anyway. No. But I do think that it was quite unfair what happened to him, because he didn't do anything illegal. There was no one ever came forward with credible allegations that merited a police investigation. But he was treated like a paedophile, and I thought that was really unfortunate. And so, what do
you think about what he did do and admitted to, an inappropriate relationship with a younger?
Yeah, a lot of people have inappropriate relationships at work with consenting adults, and there may be professional consequences, but he was treated like a criminal.
I think what I had an issue with, and this was before the whole story came out, was the fact that when he came out on TV and said, you know, he'd always known that he was gay and that he'd ended his relationship with his wife. I actually felt sorry for his wife, because I can't imagine being in a almost 30-year relationship with someone who, on the day he said I do, knew that he was gay. That's not to say that I have a problem with him being gay. Of course, you live in a free country, be happy with who you are. But I think there was a callousness with which he treated his wife, and a complete disregard for the fact that she's basically tied her life to someone who was never meant to be.
It's also none of our business, Esther. It's got nothing to do with that he has a TV career.
That doesn't mean me saying that is just that's me disapproving of him. That doesn't mean I think he should have had his career destroyed. That's just me saying I think that's the moral stance I'm taking. If as a woman, I would be very, very, very upset.
Well, Stephen, the argument is that it perhaps is viewers' business and his boss's business and ITV's business, because he's portraying, or was portraying, you know, this squeaky clean image image, and yet he was deceiving his family and his kids.
Well, that's exactly where I would go. If
there's
there's a deception that he's portraying to his family and then trying to do a different persona onto TV and gaining financial wealth because of that, then I think that's really where I lose interest in people like him. I'm not interested in his comeback because I think he's had a good time. He earned enough money.
What's he coming back to do?
Ineffectively. He wants to get a career back. He wants us all to love him once
everyone's
more.
entitled to earn money. Everyone's entitled to have a career.
I agree.
If people want to give him money, then he's entitled to take it.
I don't think people.
This is a PR rap for him.
Unless the action is egregious and basically criminal, I'm very uncomfortable with people's livelihoods being completely destroyed. I agree with you there. I don't think, in as much as I disapprove of what he did, I would never say that someone should completely lose their livelihood unless what they've done is actually criminal.
Do you think he deserves a second chance in TV?
He never got a first chance from me, so I don't really care.
Oh, come on, he was a big star.
I do not care. I've never watched anything he was in.
I remember with Gordon the Gopher just about.
There he is. Look, if you're watching on TV, this image, again, I joke, it could have been from the days after the ITV scandal broke. He did that infamous interview where he was puffing on a vape.
I mean, look at him. He looks like he's just got...
Has he got the same photographer as Angela Rayner? He looks like a professional photographer, just done... This will look sympathetic for people.
People will want to watch this. Bottom line.
Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Phillip Schofield should be given another second chance? Or do you think that the best thing to do would be to leave him on that island for good and do everyone a favour? I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like the video, smash like too. Make sure to hit the notifications bell for the upcoming videos. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next video.